And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PEL Phase 3. We are on the final game of Week 4. Just 2 weeks remaining. These teams are all vying for as many points as they can. DESPERADO's just picking up their 5th win. As 4 weeks, that's not a bad start for a team that broke through. We were talking about, obviously, early on, the likes of GamerLegion and RazorEdge, and when these guys were starting to break through in Reciprocity, but Desperados, they're a rookie team. They got 5 wins already. What a cracking play from them. You know, while, yes, they drop up north in Severny, and the fact is they worked hard for that win. It was a play, and I was just talking to TomiL, I was just like, if you had not made that move and said, we knew it was going to happen. We knew when the circle shifted, which is why he was on his bike and moving already. When that circle shifts, we're probably going to get pressured out this compound, and that's why TomiL went there. They were obviously willing to give up possibly the warehouse, or they could have backed up the warehouse and the houses. It's a move that absolutely won them the game. You know, that they could have lost that to G2. We could have been seeing G2 picking up a win there.
It is, but it could have completely gone the other way. You know, it is one of those things where you have to take a bet and a chance on which way the circle would go. It can be an evil thing, or it can be the best thing in the world. This time round, it at least goes their way. It is favourable towards their position, but had it gone to the north, it would have been extremely difficult to exit that and make it up, especially with all the little snakes that were in the way in individual units. You'd have had hell. That could have been, to be honest, an ENCE game if they'd have got control of that, and we would have seen FaZe Clan being even more of a threat to them than they already was. They were at the door, it was close, but it wasn't to be. Another second place finish. Still good points in the tank for FaZe Clan. They are now going to extend that lead that they currently have at the top of the board.
Do they go for Sosnovka? Yes, it does seem that they're going to go that way, and 47 also out on Prim as well. So standard adjustment, TSM going to be joining them. They're probably going to go to Novo, something we've seen, and RazorEdge. So it's going to be the triple island push again, and see if they can be happy to spread it. Normally it's FaZe on the west side. RazorEdge tend to go melee base, and TSM tend to go off to Novo, but I'm not too sure whether they're going to be pushed there. RazorEdge are going to group up in the little group. Oh, mxey's going there, you know.
It's probably because they're looking for vehicles more than anything, rather than trying to get
TSM is sticking as a group. RazorEdge are going to go for that compound.
Because if they get one car there as a group, they can at least lock in as a unit of 4 and then just drive off from this.
DA and Rec are kind of mixing for vehicles as well, you can see.
I'd be surprised if anyone even took a shot at each other, to be fair. You should see TSM all 4 into a vehicle
punch at each other at this stage.
bail out of there, to be fair.
They've allowed mxey to have that. RazorEdge are going to get out of there, get the car. Yeah, there you go.
Millisecond.
4 in a car. Come on, someone get a gun on TSM. Anyone? Oh, they're up on the hill. They've got... Oh,
millisecond. Thanks, Brendan.
His little face appears.
Pretty sure he just gets a pen and goes, there.
It just
draws it. There.
Just puts the dot on the screen. And that does mean, of course, that TSM are going to go Sosnovka, and RazorEdge are going to be coming in behind them with nothing.
I like this. This is an adjustment play. Usually we see them go down to Novo, loot up, but because we are on this area...
Did they see the car? Did they just see the car pull in?
If they get guns early, I'm actually seeing a slight adjustment from RazorEdge. They're saying, no, okay, we want to stay alive on this one. They turn up, they've got nothing.
They've only just come over the hit. Now they see it.
They've definitely seen it.
Now they see Rory's car.
Look at that extension to lock them out, though. That's really smart. If you were going to try and avoid the initial apartment blocks, then you would go further afield and you would take this road.
Keep going right. Keep going to Novo. Go to Novo. They're going to split and take the vehicle?
No, they can't because the players are already here.
They're going in and Gustav sees it. Uh-oh.
So surely they go factory then.
There's nothing there. They got to go. They got to keep going. Yeah, that's it. Okay, they're gone. They're gone. They're safe. They're safe. That's fine. So... FaZe Clan, obviously, they've spread out on the west side as we were expecting. No, you know what? Right. They've split vehicles. That's all they've done.
Excellent decision, though, from TSM to just ball it in there. So, you know what? We're the first ones here. But then to push 2 further back and deeper inside Sosnovka to disallow RazorEdge to actually get in here. I think it's a really good read and a really damn good play. There is options from RazorEdge if they want to play that game. Maybe go to the crossroads between there and Novo and camp the bridge. Maybe get a few frags on the way by. Liquid, you'd probably expect them, if they've got gear, to go towards the Hagrid, the more of the houses that are on the corner road, I want to say, the 90-degree angle where you turn and go down the back of the runway. Because
mxey's unusually at that yellows, so he's going to see them coming by now. He's not normally here. And this is going to, as you say, they're going to hook off that way. Aitzy's going to get on the hill.
He's just feeding info, look at him. And I'm actually seeing FaZe players readjusting off the back of this, so if he's feeding them...
They're looking at the clock, they know it's Team Liquid. They know that that's Team Liquid.
I wonder if they're trying to cut them off. This could be the same play that we've just seen off TSM, where they cut off Raise Your Edge getting involved. FaZe Clan's reacting to mxey's calls. This could be sick. I'd love to know if this is actually happening in real time, if they're adjusting based on what he says.
Well, they've pulled to the houses where they normally would go. Team Liquid are just going to go. They're going to go down to the beach.
Are they playing safe again?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing safe, but they were at the bridge in 3 minutes. That's you guys at home. Try to go, drop pachinki, loot. Obviously, you know, if you're in a private public game, then half the time you've got to fight for 3 minutes, let alone get out of there in 3 minutes. But they've left pachinki in about 2 minutes to reach that bridge by 3. To drop loot and be gone that quick is incredible.
I suppose you have to beg the question of what's their gear actually like. Is it sustainable?
Yeah.
Are the level 1 chests and helmets amongst there? Do they have the ammunition and the meds?
Well, they're all looting
for
at
the
the
long
moment.
game? Yeah, you'd expect them to
get
be.
straight to that little compound. I think Aitzy's been there, right? I think Aitzy
down there
loots
originally,
it.
right?
I think that's where Aitzy was.
You know what? That's even more of a bit of a 9,000 IQ play if they do send a player there to take away the gear purposely.
Oh, 7 are pulling up. They're going for a camp or a scout. I'm not too sure which. They've gone either side of the road, which tells me it's generally going to be a camp.
GamerLegion are also flooding the way of...
They need all the points they can get, you know.
Team Liquid. Yeah, they do, but this is what I mentioned previously. At this stage in the game, they can just have some fun and ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah, but it could realistically still pull north. There is a chance. There is a big slice of landmass in there.
I thought you were speaking about the position.
The circle could go north. I mean, so
no, I mean them on the leaderboard.
Oh right, yeah. They're so far down at the moment. You never know. You never. Well, actually, you do know. Speaking of camps, Raise Your Edge, you've got a little player, mxey, at the crossroads that G2 are going across now. Not really enough to cause a problem, so he might just simply keep his head down. There's been a collision in Milta between vehicles and a player wanting another UAZ. That's just another Knights player's not passing by. Reciprocity about to come by, so that delay has actually cost them a bit of a conflict with Reciprocity. Drayden's still in mill to beat, so he's not going to be there in time before Reciprocity put behind. I think Shiv has actually pulled up right behind them. Yes, he has. Just scouting it out. Knights would have... Realistically, if that knock hadn't happened, Knights could have been over the bridge at the crossroads, ready to camp Reciprocity, but now that's not going to happen.
God, Jempty's exposed.
And you can see a tier 1 helmet there. He hasn't got a lot. This could be, well, I mean, he should be an easy kill if he goes to take it. And they will. They've decided a weird time to take the shot.
Bit
when
too
he went
late,
out of
to get to the rock.
Yeah.
Should have been quicker, shouldn't it?
Like when he was massively in the open and you could confirm the kill quite easily. But
unless his teammate wasn't with him in the back and they wanted to bring them across. I didn't quite check the minimap.
Well, he only had a scar, didn't he? Looked like Bjorn did. I don't know how long they've been looting.
Ooh, Samo's down though. Where's
It's
that
N47
from?
that's got him on the other side of the hill. And I don't think anyone's going to get to him. He's bleeding pretty heavily, so he's been clipped while he's been on the floor. So, yeah, I think SIMSY's going to be gone here. I don't think anyone's going to be saving Private SIMSY. That's him done for the week. G2 continuing to move down the south side of Sosnovka. Raise Your Edge doing similar. They're moving along the roadside and actually pulling up in that compound. Just to the right side now. There goes SIMSY bleeding out. First one gone for the game. And TSM will move into the flats next to FaZe Clan, who've got this very greedy split down the road at the moment.
I'm still looking towards what 7 do because Na'Vi might force the engagement.
Desperado's going to run straight into
Desperados and literally push them into this encampment. They're checking it on the flat top. I can see them now. They're not actually running the roadside, so maybe they have the information that we do have. Oh, here we go in the kill feed. They've opened fire. The boys on 7 have set it up, and it's with Wacky Jackie's favourite gun.
VSS.
Death.
Death.
Quiet death.
With a VSS. Oh, it feels bad, Calvin. Feels bad.
Getting killed by 9mm is a big feels bad.
Yeah.
It's going to happen more with the older new SMG meta.
Look at the water on the map. There's 3 crates. There's 3 crates out there. CrowCrowd get boats. They might see them, you know. I think if CrowCrowd get boats, they must have boats secured from Primorsk. I'm trying to think who was in Primorsk. Wasn't N47 Primorsk? They were, yeah. And now Desperados are in Desperado position. They don't know where to go. They obviously know that Na'Vi are down and around here. Surprised how few teams have actually committed to get over the bridge here. They're gambling on the north swing of this circle.
I'm really intrigued to see where this one goes because I can't count it. Oof.
All right, well, it's going to go pull to Sosnovka now. We know that with the next two circles with the main landmass there. So CrowCrowd, I assume, have a boat. Now, N47 came 4-man in a boat, if I remember rightly. So there could be jet skis or something there for CrowCrowd to get across. 7 are going to go across the bridge straight away and then scout it, so ENCE are following behind them.
They're all banking on it going, and it'll be a commitment. But if that hard shifts to the north, that'll really throw a lot of people off completely. This is one of those where you have to say, yes, respectively, they should be going the way of the south. One team might just hang fire, to be fair.
They were looking to disengage and get across the bridge here. ENCE. They've got 2 players that had gone. Rustanmar is at the crossroads. They were all set to move, but it hasn't happened. Gustav. Oh, he's going to take a bit of fire in the back from SIMSY. They allowed Razor Edge to move into Sosnovka once back in. Could have engaged with them earlier on, but they're fine. They've managed to get and collapse together. Reciprocity came over the river, by the way. They've gone into the north side of Sosnovka along the beachside compound, so they're happy. Na'Vi, 4 in a boat, and Jeems has them eyed up. Now, Jeems has a Car 98. I don't know whether, if he had a DMR, that could have been a very different story, I think.
His attention's just been drawn, though, because GamerLegion got a bit too close, and they've had the knock, so maybe they go for the full flush on the team. That could potentially just be their next obstacle. If they get rid of GamerLegion, this gives them a bit of mobility and gives them more options should they have to move away from this building and come deeper towards where 7 is.
What is going on here? This hillside. You've got NIP, ENCE there, DA down low. Now you may even get CrowCrowd and Desperados involved. What is going on in the north side, still on the mainland?
CrowCrowd's going to go for the blue out, though. They're going to go play. Are they going to go do a digital athletics
I think they're
swing?
Eastbridge. That's a big. That's a big run.
That's a lot of health that they're going to commit to it.
I think they may.
If it gets them in, it gets them in. You know.
We're still in circle 2, so it's not too bad at the moment. They may just go cliffs and try and send it across and just swim across there.
I hope this goes to the north. I literally hope it hard shifts to the north. If it does, this will just be a fun game.
It would, yeah. Because everyone that's on the
you can't read it really. It's a 50-50 chance.
Nah, it's not. It definitely favours Sosnovka more because there's
not if it hard shifts
way
to the
more
north.
land. Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what I mean. If it goes there, then it's like, what do we do?
Well, it's the West Bridge is just then Death Valley.
It's the first time where everybody say, you know what? Let's just take the beachhead yellows and be happy.
Yeah, so we're watching Dimmy's position, see where he goes on the map, but that's a totally unforced crash from CrowCrowd. They are... How has that even happened?
DA are trying to do the same, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're trying to run away from this and go run blue.
They want to, but they want to disengage and do the same. I'm still...
You know what might happen here, Lee? While they're slowed down, they might hit CrowCrowd on transition, and CrowCrowd could pick them up here. If they go further...
When there's Tiikzu and NOOKIE.
Yeah, they're out the cars. They heard them.
Oh, they're just delaying each other now. Tiikzu's got in the car and he's off. And NOOKIE's like, I'm on my own. He's just been abandoned. Well, NOOKIE, that's your teammates for you. He doesn't have a single first aid on him either. Which is actually, I guess he's just... Did he just give it to Tiikzu? That might have been what he just did. He may, yeah. He may have just given all his meds to Tiikzu and said you take them because they're going to run the blue. Tiikzu has collected his team, and have you seen the circle? Okay, this is going to be entertaining.
All right, let's have a quick chat then. So nobody's inside military base. The hillside is going to be clear. Generally speaking, when you come out of military, you're going to have that huge run up the side of Sosnovka Hill. No one's actually inside military, so you won't see that. The Knights are at the top of that, if anyone was there. The fights could, however, be forced back You might see a re-rotate. I'm seeing G2 on the map, and actually now on your screen, who will be doing that. So the Knights have to be very hyper-aware here that team's position will be coming from them behind. Reciprocity also too, they're spread and fanned out along the edge of the circle, so you can't go too deep and all the way up against the coastline. You could walk that tree line that does go on the coastline, but either way, G2 are going to have the fight of their life. Potentially what might happen here is, pick your poison. G2 goes towards a team, and the other one on the opposing side of this circle, then third parties and gets involved. You then jump across to the west. Team Liquid are now pinned down. They didn't deal with GamerLegion earlier on. They've been looking and holding each other at gunpoint. Now it causes a real problem because M47 have taken the plateau. They're safe. They're out of line of sight of GamerLegion. They can't go any further because then they die. It's as simple as that. FaZe Clan's directly in front of them in the houses you've just seen on screen. Liquid and Na'Vi, they have to break a team. Pick one, GamerLegion, M47. The same goes for G2. G2 are pulling up on the back of the Knights.
Yeah, coming straight up the hillside. The Knights will hear the vehicles coming, of course. So it won't be a surprise. Reciprocity taking shots on them as well from down low. And look at CrowCrowd. They've made it. They went East Bridge. They've come over, and they're actually going to come in the north side of the island, right into the back of Reciprocity, unfortunately. But they did make it. I only see Dimmy. I don't see Tiikzu. There we go. Tiikzu and who's in the car with him? Misa's in the car with him, I believe.
I know it's completely off topic, but just to go with this circle, that's the 5th crate in the war.
Yeah, that's a double crate. There's another double crate.
It's the 4th and 5th crate that's going
crates
in the war.
Oh well, not too much level 3 gear going to be on show in this game.
There's going to be a lot of... now this one will definitely.
So Yannis down. So that's the initial engagement between the Knights and G2 on the hill. TSM also now pushing in the back of Razor Edge. So two big fights. Na'Vi also pushing into the backside of N47. Meanwhile, on the north side, NIP and DESPERADOs all engaging. So this is going to be, what, 3-4 battles between multiple teams as TSM look to the brow of the hill.
CrowCrowd's going to get him pushed into the engagement as well, unfortunately. That's a full wipe onto G2. You could see more kills coming out of the Knights, though, because CC has turned up, and just like that, that's back-to-back team wipes. 7 kills in less than 7 seconds.
Just like that. Wow.
They're going to be laughing, and that comes off the position of controlling that hill and basically playing border patrol.
Well, at least we saw Gustav peeking that hill and making sure he's got vision of Razor Edge. He's having a look to the side there, N47. They've done the dirty, but Team Liquid have moved in on them. You can see on the hill there. They've got 2 down. Ibby looks like he's going to be finished. Bjorn will steal that one away. Jeems now the last man standing for Team Liquid as Jempty goes down as well. Fex stealing that. And this is going back to Team Liquid simply getting picked apart by GamerLegion early on.
Difficult times, difficult strategies. James has the barrel, but as a one-man band, what can you really do? We spoke about it and touched on this because of the circle. You had to pick a fight. They took it to the uphill. And to be fair, I mean, yeah, I want to say, okay, that's a shot and a half. Never mind.
It's a bridge camping, by the way.
Senya's dead.
They know full well there's a lot of teams the other side of the river, and now we're going to see them going for it. So it looks like MBS is going to be the first man for NIP to try and push it. ENCE has set up a full bridge camp. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. 3 teams that have to push across to them.
Jimbo's driving, so just be aware. A car's actually going to try and ram raid him off here. Makendark's out of it. It will be tanked up, and he will be dead. Liquid, 13th place, unlucky for Silvan, unlucky to be finishing off week number 4 in that position.
A week to forget about for them and move on, I think, till next week. Definitely one. MBS realizes. Oh, look at that, the nades!
3 nades!
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. And that's what he was avoiding. Now Vard's going across the full bridge camp. It's very rare we see a full bridge camp in effect in a pro game.
Oh, DA are coming now as well.
Yeah, everybody's coming into this one. This could be ENCE collecting the points. NOP go down. BeautflDeath is going to be the next target. miikaz basically
oh my God, what a shot
of the road. Just sat ready and waiting for them. Just lying there waiting for them. Get the reload. Oh, Sadovnik, that's from behind. That's from behind. They've realized somebody's on the bridge and miikaz has gone down.
They're getting shot from GamerLegion now. We're trying to get involved in this one from the beachhead. That's a grenade. That should be him dead. Oof. DA gone, and that's a absolute pin. All of them, everybody, just Ultra's like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, Sixmo got took down by him, but he'd already tossed the nade, so it's actually cleared it for Desperados, but unfortunately they're running in towards 7. and GamerLegion, etc. FaZe Clan on the move. They're starting to move across the hillside, get themselves a better position. The Knights and Reciprocity about to clash, and Shiv will be the man that finds them first.
Opening frags there, but there is death from a distance. mxey finds and follows up onto one. So now they're just being split from two different angles. TSM are also getting involved in this, and it's rather problematic. From a top fragging few minutes to all of a sudden just being completely split between the wins. I'm very surprised at how not only exposed the Knights are, but how disconnected they are from one another.
Yeah, they allowed...
whatever kind of push that was, it was very broken.
They were obviously looting for quite a bit from all those bodies that they picked up, and they allowed Reciprocity to get over the road and onto the hillside dead ahead of them. TomiL's made it into the next phase circle, so we'll see whether he's safe for now, but GamerLegion looking to move. The circle shrinks. It goes right on top of razorEdge, gives them a real big chance here, but we all know this terrain. Everyone has played around here. It is a hilly terrain area. You can be surprised by teams creeping up on you. That's what GamerLegion looking to do on 7 right now.
There's an option that TomiL and Ultra jump off the bridge and take the low ground rather than run the bridge.
Yeah, but Buster's down there ready for them.
There is, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But one of them's got an M24. If they can land that initial shot in the opener,
N47.
unless N47 helps them out, they're on red alert. You can see Hamster's holding the back lines, and he's definitely spotted one of them. Surely he saw the head of T-Bone.
Spotted down low. miikaz responds. Page sees Vex. How did he not finish him off there? Mini 14 not working out well for him with that suppressor on.
That's actually allowed DESPERADO to get off the bridge without any casualties for the two that's remaining.
Yeah, they're running. They're running, sprinting for it while these teams engage.
Nothing else they really can do, and watch this all unfold. Beyond does find Vaxu up the hill. Vex with the drill on the right-hand side. Puts Page down, and now they've just got two more to find. T-Bow is damaged, remember, off that initial drop down. I don't know what his durability is like on the gear. That would suggest that it's bad because he's hit the deck and it comes down to Ival.
Look at DESPERADO's stealing all those kills away. They just got Vex. TomiL's rocking an M24, by the way. He managed to land one as well. And they've just stole a couple of kills. That was nice for them. FaZe, by the way, have somehow been gifted the entirety of the South, because TSM have made this big sweeping move, and they're pushing on towards the backside of Reciprocity now. So they've all swung around the eastern edge of the circle. miikaz going down. DESPERADOs are collecting names right now. Still from the hillside.
If they can hold Sadovnik or kill Sadovnik, this gives them an option to take the yellows. There's a crate there as well. Would upgrade the gear and will give them a better foothold in this circle, because where they're at now is a bit of a rough terrain. Shiv with the laydown, not too many options when you're in that position with the gun.
By the way, I want to go back to, we were talking about, obviously, Shiv and mxey discussing earlier on, and I've had a chat with mxey about it, and he's basically talking about how Reciprocity, they've been going for these 2-2 split plays instead of 4-man facing, and that's what his discussion was about. Obviously, we had it on Miramar earlier, and on Sosnovka, on Sanhok earlier on, and I'm wondering, they've kind of got a similar situation right now where they're just a man down. SKUIJKE the other side of the road, giving the angle, but he wants to be full 4-man facing, so they have a proper team fight. mxey is the man at the front at the moment, but that nade finds Udyr.
TomiL on the previous round did find the M24, that's what the kill came from. So M47 are now forced to disengage from the battle that they were in, but ubah might found T-Bone. That'll be his second knock, rather unfortunately, if they do. So you'd expect him to die quite easily. mxey and SKUIJKE.
They were bought a reprieve there, mxey, because razorEdge pushed around and got the double knock on TSM. They were forced to go back and get the revive off. They did lose Iro in the process, but mxey's kind of split between them.
That's a
but
shot.
Michael nails him.
He's a nasty little player, is Michael, when he wants to be, especially these, like, foot-holding engagements.
DESPERADOs are still going. They just took Sadovnik down. Are they going to get Ultra back on his feet? I don't think TomiL might do. Unbelievable.
SKUIJKE's going for the IQ play, roll the vehicle and stay behind it.
He's open and he's laying the smoke wall to the tree. He knows that he's got problems with TSM up on the side. Sees one, sees two, thinks, right, now's the time to go. Buster's not looking my way either, so next smoke goes out. He wants to get to the ridgeline, it looks like. Oh, he's got a bit of a gap here.
It's really smart playing that. To roll the vehicle off, get out, and then just continue onwards. T-Bone, how the hell has he been allowed to do that? ubah's also been knocked as well, so rather unfortunately losing two back-to-back. FaZe Clan were creeping on this. razorEdge is getting hyper-aggressive. The no-two's down, and if they push it like they have been doing, you heard what mxey said, They've been feeling it and getting aggressive. They know they can take these fights. And if the confidence is there, you might as well crack on and use it.
Well, they've got nothing to lose this weekend to try and regarner some points, and they are absolutely piling up that hillside on FaZe Clan. We see Buster here, but Ultra's been found out. He's looking towards the rest of Desperados, but Razor Edge are right on top of FaZe Clan. Here we go. They're going over the top of the hill, and it's backfired for them. mxey gets the flank down low, gets himself the double knock, and that's caused Razor Edge all sorts of problems. Desperados grant 5th place as Buster finishes both of those off. But Razor Edge, they were looking like a really confident push there, but FaZe just bodied them.
Oh, if they got one nade into that smoke, it will just complete them. Coldementor's disconnected from the rest of them. He's running.
Fuzz will see him now.
Surely.
He's just about to come out the side of the tree. Yeah, he will see him.
My God.
And that leaves the 2 in the smoke with really nowhere to go. FaZe, they've got a single kill out of this. That's going to be the second, so they haven't really picked up the points, but it does put them in the top 4. Razor Edge, meanwhile, have been very...
How have they traded positions? How have they traded positions?
They've just traded the hill. But
FaZe
FaZe are about to push. Look at Rory. Rory's charging down on some... Buster's got the entire central position to himself, by the way, and he got a crate somewhere along the line, so he's level 3'd up.
It landed right in the yellows where he is. He does have a grows off the back of it, so at range, he should be dead to rights, especially for someone like Gustav and Michael. But if they engage upon him with level 3 gear and a grozer, he should be able to tear them apart. Smokes are up for FaZe Clan. They're still trying to fight. I don't think either team realizes what's just happened, and the mirror image one another around the smokes. Buster actually controls this.
Yeah,
if he goes in the yellows and camps down and wins this,
he's got nothing to lose right now. He's been pretty proactive, in fairness. No helmet for SIMSY there, you can see. TSM 3 alive. Razor Edge 2, FaZe 2. Both well aware of each position. Look at SIMSY's move. This is big.
So you'd expect for TSM, they know that side of the map where they've been looking from the angle that they had is completely clear.
This is massive.
They have to push and clear this because they know where enemies aren't, and that's on the eastern side. So surely they have to go for the south, rotate, and clear out the west. And
Razor Edge have done that. While they traded position with FaZe and said, okay, let's not push back that hill, they've gone for it. Look at the space they've just made for themselves while FaZe are hunkered down. Razor Edge have absolutely belted it for these compounds. Is Buster watching this angle? No, he's not. Razor Edge are inside. Gustav's pushing the other side, so both coming in towards the compounds. But there's a lot of buildings here. They've got to be expecting somebody to be in there, but there's been no gunfire for a while. They would have seen... Actually, I don't know how much they would have seen from the Desperado 7 battle because, especially Razor Edge and FaZe, they were engaged with one another.
Well, they were too busy looking at SKUIJKE, right?
Yeah.
They were fixated on where Reciprocity's position was. It wasn't this far towards the west. That's a nice little tap. Rory, though, does get responded on. Hits the foot. That's an ankle shot and a half, if anything. Might be able to keep Rory up in this one, should they be able to complete Aitzy in enough time.
Trying to get the response in, but it's not going to work out for him. He wants to get the flush on Rory at the least, which is what he's aiming for here. Seeing if he can get anything out of it. Razor Edge. Six is actually running back. Six is running back around to the hill. So Lynx is in there. He sees Buster and absolutely nails him. And now Six has gone belting it back to the hillside. So Razor Edge have got a massive split at the moment.
That's level 3 gear as well. He's just completely battered him. How many times must he hit him in the face to do that? Good Lord. All right, well, if Lynx can get there and take his gear from him, then fair play. That'll be what's left of level 3 and the Groza.
Aitzy with work to do. TSM down to 2, Razor Edge 2. Now Aitzy the last man for FaZe Clan. Could it be another second place for FaZe today? Razor Edge would be happy if they get themselves anything from this one to regain some of the points they lost in the first 2 days.
So for Lynx, he doesn't have the information of who's left it within this compound, or even if there is anybody, and that's why he's playing cautious. Aitzy can't cross the road. Once he does, he's exposed to multiple angles. I
love Six's play there, because he's going to go around the side and try and get as much information for Lynxy as he can, but as you say, there's no vision to be had for Lynxy here. He's just staring, sat waiting for listening for footsteps.
We had the Robocop helmet on, so he has taken his gear at least, so he didn't smash it into oblivion completely, but it will have taken a bit of durability damage.
The complete contrast. Sixy with nothing. He's got no helmet, no nothing. Lynxy's picked up all the level 3 gear, yeah.
Well, that's why Six is playing cautious. He can't take a fight. When you've got no helmet, you are just at such a...
So Lynx is sweeping building to building. He's going around building to building, checking every area.
If Lynxy lands a shot into Aitzy, that's game on for Razor Edge.
And they're being very noisy, so they have an idea of the positions. SKUIJKE's crept into circle. So phase 9, center position of the circle is the roadside. There's no cover. Oh, it's a case of who's the last to go. Now, if lxey can get to that compound, and there's a ridgeline along by that compound, it will be very close to center position. lxey gives his spot away, shows TSM, and now has to move.
So SKUIJKE won't be able to see Aitzy. But now he's seen TSM, he can feed that back. SKUIJKE might be able to get into the position to see at least one of the TSM players. If he does that and completes a player alongside lxey. Oh, that's a pre-fire.
He's going to have to heal himself up. SKUIJKE's just staring at the exact spot where the guns sounds are coming from. Now, look at the center point. It is the road. lxey's trying to shuffle himself closer and closer. Aitzy hoping he can land something. I think TSM want to use this. Darcy, oh, another great shot.
That's two, but
that's his helmet's gone.
Helmet yep. Has to be gone now with 2 headshots back-to-back at 81. That's the helmet definitely gone. It kind of evens the battlefield at least towards SKUIJKE. Gives him a chance to take him down.
What are they going to do with this Dacia? Are they going to try and use it to get around? I'm not sure. Oh, that's SKUIJKE's nade. That's SKUIJKE's nade that just hit him. lxey's lining one up now. Michael going to try and pop it off. It was SKUIJKE that did the damage on Aitzy, so he must have some sort of angle. Aitzy's got to leave the rock now. He's going from tree to tree, moves forward. Does SKUIJKE see him? Not too sure. Just keep your eye on that mini-map. SKUIJKE has a really good angle, but he doesn't really have an eye line on him. That's a good shot, but Michael will finish it. There was damage done onto Michael as well at the same time. SKUIJKE, I don't think they know about him. Now they do. Absolutely, Gustav absolutely punishes him, forces him almost into the blue, and that puts lxey. He is dead center now. He's got himself a rock and aligns it down. Gustav picked off, and this is looking great for RazorEdge. They're going to gun down Michael. What a play from SKUIJKE and lxey. It's SKUIJKE that gets the kill in the end to finish things off, and RazorEdge poster the start and end of the day with a win. And what a turnaround it has been for a team with their 7th victory so far. They are joint with Na'Vi and just behind FaZe for the most wins in Phase 3. Incredible when you think Friday they had 1 point for the entire day.
This just goes to show what a day can do to a team's mentality. You go away, you look at the VODs, you speak to your coach and you reset. That is a fantastic, fantastic turn of events for RazorEdge.
I think it's a credit to their mentality as well, because while they were jovial, by the way. They were down, but they weren't like, oh, ow, this is it. Yeah, we're not. This is the end of it. They were slipping down the table pretty heavily, but with today's points, they have absolutely. I'd be interested to see how much they've gained out of it overall. But great play. They dropped on Sosnovka and it finished there. Parla, the Rhinestone Cowboy, is with them.
The Rhinestone Cowboy. Thanks, D-Man. All right, you took me off my game there. Menix, tell me about how you've turned this weekend around. You've got 2 wins today after having 2 not-so-fantastic days over the weekend.
Meditation. No, but a lot of, I mean, it's a lot of mental stuff, like confidence-wise. We know what we can do, and we just got to get to it. Like the first 2 days, the first day we came into it, we weren't confident at all. No one was really feeling it. The second day we were doing it better, but we were really unfortunate and we were still not doing it as much as we could. And today we've just been sending it and doing what we know we're good at, taking team fights, and it's worked out really good.
The RYE boys sending it. lxey and SKUIJKE, it was you two in the clutch moments there at the end. It became a very slow pace, steady approach, and I think it was some grenades from yourself that started setting things off, SKUIJKE.
Yeah, we knew it was the last guy of FaZe on that ridge, and I think when it's like 3 teams left, you just kind of have to wait for one team to kind of fight the other and then peek it. I knew I had a nade, so I might as well have just used it, and I guess that managed to, I didn't even see it, but I guess it pushed him out. I don't know, I didn't see it, but yeah, lxey did a really good job of wrapping all the way around into the yellows. He killed the last guy of 7, and then from there, once the last guy of FaZe died to TSM, it was just about just peeking and taking the fight straight away, and luckily we got it.
lxey, that wrap that SKUIJKE mentioned was brutal. I think it was a double headshot onto the remaining player of 7. You were landing some 6 shots overall. How was that game for you?
Relieving. It's our first Erangel win, and it really couldn't have come at a better time. Like we've had the past 2 days were really rough, so it's nice to kind of get a couple of wins in a day and just bring it back.
final questions to you, Cole. If I heard correctly, D-Man said now you guys are tied with some of the highest wins overall in this phase. Does that sound about right, yeah? And so how does that feel? You must be quite proud of that performance overall.
Yeah, it feels really good because there is a lot of teams that are not able to close their games, and I think that's one of the things that we do really good. So yeah, we're proud of that.
Well, guys, 2 weeks left. And after this turnaround on the weekend, I wish you the best of luck over the remaining part of the competition. RYE, Raise Your Edge, taking a second chicken dinner here on day 3 of week 4 of PEL Phase 3. That'll be it from us on the floor. Let's head back one final time to the desk.
That's right, what a turn of events here for Raise Your Edge in the final day of the week, getting themselves yet another chicken dinner on the board. And on Erangel, no less. That was interesting. And overall, that now means, Martin, that they've accomplished
the
Chicken Dinner World Tour.
Is that how I sound when I say it?
Yeah.
That's how you sound when you say it?
Fantastic. I'll try to replicate that in the future.
Okay, good.
Overall, going into today, 11 points.
Yep.
For 2 days.
Yeah.
Record-breakingly bad, close to it. But 2 wins on this, 1 on Miramar, 1 on Erangel. And they played this extremely well, especially towards the end here. I was expecting FaZe Clan maybe to get another second place here.
It was close.
TSM stepped up. They needed that as well. TSM had a rough day as well. They needed to kind of get back on the horse and finish the week strong as well.
And of course, when it came to some of our first circles, it obviously presented some challenges for some of these teams. I actually had a disproportionate amount of teams sitting up towards the top, trying to fight each other on the mainland, and then obviously having to get onto the island was almost nigh on impossible for a lot of those teams.
I mean, you have a few boat spawns, right? And a lot of the teams, we know that they utilize them. They kind of have their own set spots.
Yeah,
this is our boat, you don't come near us. We're gonna take this one. And then you have the teams that will try to take the bridges, but sometimes taking the bridges isn't the best choice because you're gonna have teams trying to cross, and then they get gate kept on the bridge itself, and then next team comes in, and they get gate kept, and it just keeps on going like that.
That was the most camped bridge we've had in quite a while when it comes to PEL.
But it was also sticking to the bridge area in a long time, like all the way to Phase 3, and obviously with Phase 4 moving away from water, so I understand that.
Of course. Let's take a look at the points coming in as well. 1 through 8, up towards the top. Once again, it's Raise Your Edge with 18 points. TSM, 14 pointer-roonies. And Desperado with 11 pointers up towards the top there. For the top 3, getting themselves the points. It feels like we see N47 almost always in kind of hovering around that 6th spot. And indeed, they are still in 6th spot in the overall standings with the big 5 still up in those top 5 positions. FaZe, though, taking themselves an 11-point lead up at the top.
FaZe, I mean, it's FaZe Sunday, right?
Been a big day for them.
Yeah, taking up the first spot, and seems like they're here to hold it and stay with it. I mean, right now, 11-point cushion down to TSM. TSM had a little bit of a rougher week, I'd say.
Yeah, and also very exciting day overall today. 3 teams tie for the most point this week. 52 points for both Raise Your Edge, Desperado, and FaZe Clan. Very good week for Desperado so far. 107 points. So really jumping back into it. They're sitting in 9th right now with a really close reach to getting into the top 8.
And once again, like first day, Raise Your Edge 1 point. Second day, Liquid 4 points. Today, NIP 5 points.
And also a little bit of a gap kind of forming towards the bottom. ENCE, GamerLegion, Digital, and 7 sitting in the bottom currently. And Pittsburgh Knights, they have 319 points compared to ENCE's 276. So our mid-pack is kind of distancing themselves away from the bottom 4.
It really didn't help ENCE whatsoever that teams like Raise Your Edge as well as Desperado get themselves, well, for Raise Your Edge points today,
right.
But Desperado, as you were previously mentioning already, some extra 100 points. So ENCE's got to, you know, get things back on track, it seems.
I mean, not just ENCE, but teams like Pittsburgh Knights, Raise Your Edge, they have a lot of global points, and they need to push themselves up there on the leaderboard to make sure that they can qualify for PGC.
And 7 is almost 100 and some points behind getting even out of those relegation spots. So they're almost certainly going to end up going to promo relegation.
And also look at this, like from Pittsburgh Knights 319 up to CrowCrowd 334. It's 15 points. It's our kind of 5-team mid-pack right there that is trying to get into the top 8, trying to distance themselves from the bottom 4, but also trying to get into the prize money, guys.
Yeah, top 8.
And there you go. That is how things are going to be standing here for the end of week number 4, of course. And it's been an interesting week, a very, very varied week when it comes to our winners. Here is the day. We started with a Raise Your Edge and we ended with a Raise Your Edge as CrowCrowd, Na'Vi, and Desperados in a nice little sandwich there, kind of like in Social Club where Pal was explaining the little sandwich between Sampty and Jempty. It's kind of like that, but completely different and not relevant. So that is how the wins went down today. Happy stuff. Don't know what was that? Great. I'll just make myself look crazy. Nobody saw it, and everyone's giving me a thumbs up.
Confirming your craziness.
I mean, yeah, that's a foregone conclusion.
No, but I want to say overall this week, a lot of shakeups, a lot of crazy circles,
Yeah.
and a lot of chicken in the world to us, guys.
What's been most surprising is probably the performance from some of the teams
Yeah.
having a really, really, really low point throughout the day. So
Yeah, it's been strange for some of these teams for sure. At least Raise Your Edge was able to kind of come back in the last day, though. That was very
like
important.
NIP, they had super strong day 1 and 2, though. And they coming into today,
Crazy levels day 2.
nothing worked for them.
Final thoughts before we wrap things up for today?
FaZe Clan contesting Na'Vi for the best week so far, 141 points. Na'Vi had that in the first week, but Na'Vi this week, only 81 points. So they're really kind of solidifying themselves in that 3rd spot, while TSM and FaZe Clan, they're still sitting in the top, trying to get that Phase 3 win.
TSM ending up on 89 points, meaning that no team will have over 100 points every weekend from here on. At the same time, I hope that TSM can go home, work it out, and make sure that they bring back and take over the 1st spot again.
They have the potential to do so. The gap is not too big against FaZe up towards the top there. And that pretty much wraps things up for this week. No more Sharknadoes, no more of that. We are done here for week 4. We shall see you in week 5, of course, where it's that penultimate week to find out not only who is going to become our winner here at Phase 3, but also who's going to be earning those juicy, juicy global points to get themselves to PGC. So we shall see you in week